What a lot of women do also is they don't initiate. You gotta initiate. Make him feel wanted. Let him know. Especially if you reject him. He don't know when, because you could be like, oh, I was ready, but he didn't try. Well, he didn't try because he don't want to get rejected. He's scared to try. Not scared of you, but scared of rejection.
Because I promise you, you're not going to find a guy who's mentally stable, financially stable, will not beat you, is honorable and honest, charming, humorous, and physically attractive. You're not going to find all that together. Okay, you find that together, throw yourself at the guy. You will regret it if you don't.
I love men. Thank you for paying for meals and listening to us talk and opening the doors for us. Thank you for driving me places and making plans and surprising me and sharing your food and just hugging us and making us feel safe and protecting us and literally just telling us what to do. Women would be so lost without you men.
Ladies, if he makes a lot of money, then he's probably short, bold, and ugly, okay? If he comes from a good family, he's usually a dumb trust fund baby who's never worked a day in his life, okay? And if he has both, if he comes from a great family and he knows how to make money himself, then he's probably not marrying you. He's looking for a princess who can get him into high society and save 10 years of effort. Got that? So be realistic. If you want a guy with money, then focus on the money. Don't go chasing for chemistry or butterflies. No, pick one goal at a time and be strategic.
And there's going to be a lot of modern women out there that talk about how men don't approach and how men don't go up and talk to women in the wild and start conversations and stuff like that. But a lot of times that's because, you know, you might have a man that might look at you and smile or look at you and nod in a coffee shop or even at a gas station, right? I don't think there's any harm in that because that's just what people do. That, I mean, people just speak. Walking down the street today, I didn't know a brother, didn't know a couple of people that I seen today. Hey, how's it going? Hey, what's up? What's going on? What's up? Hey, how you doing? And keep on going. But modern women today, they don't even give you that courtesy. They sit up and say something stupid like, I'm not going to say hi to him. He better pay for my groceries before I say hi to him. And that's why you're not getting people that want to take you seriously. Because a man says hi to you, he might see you in a coffee shop. Hey, how's it going? The next thing he knows, he's a predator. He's somehow become the world's biggest creep. And he's all over TikTok. Who would want
the men who prefer short-term mating opportunities are psychopathic, narcissistic, Machiavellian, and sadistic. One of the unintended consequences of the revolution is that the freed up women have been delivered to the psychopathic men. The terrifying thing is, and women should know this, the guys that are just out for a good time, they're not much fun, and they're a lot worse than you think. And the worst of them are so much worse than you think that if you ever got a look inside their mind, you would never recover. And I'm not saying that lightly. It's not pleasant.
You don't chase people anymore. Not because you care less, but because you understand something important. Connection isn't created by effort. It happens naturally or not at all. When something is meant to stay, it doesn't need to be pulled. And so you relax. You let people come and go. What belongs with you remains. What doesn't, quietly moves on.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
A man becomes meaner when he doesn't want you anymore, but a woman becomes calmer when she doesn't want you anymore. Yeah. Let me explain. These days, men don't walk away. Yeah. They'll hurt you just enough so you leave, then play the victim like they did nothing at all. He'll trigger you on purpose, so when you finally walk away, he can flip the story and make it look like you were the problem. But a woman gets calmer when she doesn't want you anymore, because she gave everything to make it work. And when she decides to leave, leave, it's because she knows you won't change. Right. She already made noise when she wanted to stay. You just didn't listen. She won't leave you for another man. Yeah. She'll leave you for her sanity, her self-respect, her peace. That's why her leaving looks quiet, not dramatic. Yes. Because the decision wasn't sudden. It was made slowly every time she begged to be heard and wasn't. And when a woman chooses her peace over you, understand this. You lost her long before she walked out the door. That calm isn't coldness. It's exhaustion finally turning into clarity. She didn't stop caring overnight. She simply stopped fighting. By the time she stops arguing, explaining, or reacting, she's already grieved the relationship while still inside it. So don't mistake her silence for sudden indifference. It's the sound of someone who finally chose herself.
What usually happens, because modern women are thinking that men are, kind of sitting in the house alone, just in a dark room. And sometimes I guess you might be, if you're thinking about some stuff. And I would actually honestly and truly encourage that. There's a lot of men out here that are checking out and choosing peace, right? So what's happening is a man is getting home. My house is quiet. I don't have a lot of drama going on, a lot of chaos, no foolishness, nobody texting me with a bunch of attitude, no nonsense, none of that. I ain't got to try to show up, prove myself to somebody that don't like me. I don't have to do all of that. He said, well, you're not a man anymore. No, I just avoid foolishness. That's really all it is. I'm just avoiding the nonsense. That's it. I'm not out here trying to disrespect nobody. I'm not out here trying to give nobody no grief. I'm not out here trying to act crazy with nobody. I'm just trying to avoid foolishness.
Ladies, you should let men be men. I'm currently on my way to a client engagement, and when I'm at work, I'm a strong, independent girl boss. But you best believe I'm going to have men help me wherever possible. We can't say that there are no more gentlemen or that chivalry is if we don't allow men the space to behave that way. For me, it's not a question of whether I can do something, because I know I am capable, but why should I if there's help being offered? I was late for a client meeting this morning, and as usual, the Lime bike was too tall. I could have lowered the seat myself, but enlisting the help of a man meant, number one, the seat was lowered much quicker. I didn't have to touch the bike more than I needed to. My manicure remained intact before my next appointment. But more importantly, he received praise for being a hero, which made his day. And in my book, I like to call that a win-win situation. So,
I'm 53. It has been several years. Where are all the good men? I'm tired of being alone. I want to share my life with someone. I am just freaking tired. I want to be in love. I want to share my life with someone. I want to feel the joys. I want to have my hands held. I want to be held. I want to kiss. I want to support. I want to make coffee with that person. I want my person. I want my person. Why is it so hard to find your person?
Many modern women get in the habit of asking about good men and how you can find them. But I think, if you really are actually honest with yourself, you'd understand that the good man in a lot of situations was really always there. He's right in front of your face. It's just that a lot of times you don't want to acknowledge it. I've seen street interviews, and you obviously see it in your life where a woman will be describing a man, and the man that she's describing will be right there beside her. Well, I'm looking for this. Oh, but he's a friend and I can't. And she will sit up there for years on end, decades even, mess around with the people that she's not supposed to be messing around with, knowing that these guys are doing her dirty. And then at the end of it, want to go back to the man that's been standing beside her for the last 15 years and want him to be like, okay, yeah, I've been waiting on you. I mean, you don't think that's disrespectful? No, because I was at a different time in my life then. Y'all got to learn, because y'all be doing it in y'all's life when a job comes, or when a networking opportunity comes, or when somebody says, hey, I want you to get into this business. Okay, I'll do it. And whether it works out or not, y'all jump into it and it don't work, and y'all try it again and it don't work, and y'all try it again and it don't work again. Y'all are getting to all this other stuff. Y'all get tied down to all this other nonsense. But when it comes to the man that you're supposed to be with, oh, oh, I'm not sure about that. I don't know. Why don't you just go out to coffee with him just to see where you're at? I don't know. It might ruin some stuff. And the stuff that you ruined, going and messing around with everybody else, now you want him to fix it.
The angels up in the clouds are jealous, knowing we found something so wild. Will the ordinary? You got me kissing the ground, will your sanctuary? Shatter me with your touch, will love return me to dust? The angels up in the clouds are jealous, knowing we found hopeless hallelujah. On this side of heaven's gate. Oh, my life found you, yeah. Breathe and take my breath away. At your altar I will pay. You're the sculptor, I'm the clay. Oh, my, you're taking me out of the ordinary. I want you laying me down so we're dead and buried. On the edge of your knife.
Good men epidemic right now, and we need to talk about it. Me, along with all of my friends, are all single. We have so many hobbies. We go to run clubs, the gym, social events. Like, we're out there, we're working, right? But every single time I meet a man who has anything interesting to say, he's always in a freaking relationship. So it's true. Where are the good men at? Where are y'all finding them? Because I can't find any.
Actually, there's great men all around you, okay? But you guys treat them as though they are invisible. That is the truth. So open up your mid eyes. You are mid, and stop having such high standards. You want like, what, a 6'3" guy who's like making so much money? Yeah, give me a break. Stop pretending like there's no good men. There's actually, I think, no good women, if I do say so myself.
And modern women expect you to commit to them, right? Modern women, really honestly, they want control over commitment is really what they want. They want control over your access to them, and they want control over their commitment. So they want all of the cards, which is, oh, I'm strong and independent. I don't need no man, and this and that. I can choose this man. I got this man on my roster. He does this. I got this man that does that. And I can choose any one of them whenever I would like to. Right. You can do all of that and have a fantastic life. People doing things for you. I don't know what they got going on. That might be an arrangement that you guys enjoy in some instances for a number of years. But then you, at one point in time, and this is where you get into trouble. At one point in time, you want them, at some point in time, you want a man, even if it's not that man, you want a man to commit to you. Right? Unfortunately for you, that man has been seeing you act a fool out there. And now you're wondering why this man won't commit to you, why this man won't propose to you, why this man won't marry you. I've been seeing you act a fool. And a lot of men see that. They see you out here playing the field, roaming around, and then saying, I'm going to continue to roam around. You're not even doing it in private. Right? They see all the stuff you're doing. And they say, I don't think so. I don't want to marry a woman like that. If she's going to be out here messing with this guy and that guy, it's not the type of woman that I want. You got women out here trying to take a man for all of his money. I don't want that. That's not something that I'm looking for. You're not doing anything to be...
The other day I saw like 5 men running down the street, and I'm out for a walk. My first instinct is, okay, should I be running too? Is there a velociraptor chasing them down the street or something? Because it looked really odd, and I couldn't figure out why they were running, and it was kind of creeping me out just a little bit. They finally stop, and I see why they were running. There was a remote control car that had like flipped over, and they were going to go get it. These men then proceeded for the next like couple hours. We're driving it around and just having a good time. The ladies, when he goes out with his friends, that's probably what he's doing.
She's not alone. Approaching one girl is hard, but 2 at the same time? It would be easier to hit eye contact before. The worst thing is she rejects you.
Excuse me? Hi. Hi. I hope you speak English.
Yes.
Perfect. You gave me such a strong Nordic vibe.
Yeah.
So I had to come over and say hi.
Where are you from? What's your name?
Andy, nice to meet you. There, you're so friendly. That's so uncommon.
What do you think where we're from?
Norway, Denmark. Could be. I will never say Netherlands.
The extraordinary one.
The extraordinary one. Iceland.
The one that's language is like fucked up.
Ireland.
No, Finland.
Oh, no way. You're from Finland.
Finland. What are you doing? Like, do you live here or just visiting? She just was like, I need to go there because I live here, and she came to visit me.
Okay.
Now. So yeah, I really need to go to Porto. Yeah.
Is it common that Finnish people are so energized? Like
No.
you're so electrified.
We're like Latina souls.
No, really?
Yeah.
You already converted, right, from the cold
'cause
Finland?
I lived in Brazil. She's lived in Spain, Chile. So
wow.
We're not Finns.
The blonde Latinas.
Yeah.
I'm
you
learning.
Don't seem so German either.
No.
I mean, just coming like this, like no, that's not like,
Absolutely uncommon, right?
I love like when people just like go for it.
Just come over. Why not just coming over and say like, hi, I like your energy. Like, what's your name? You know?
Yeah.
And
exactly.
that's basically it.
Well, modern women like to say, why doesn't a man approach me anymore? Well, there's a lot involved in approaching right now. So, if a man says hello, or he, tries to be, a lot of these guys are trying to be respectful. They really are. But if he says that, then all of a sudden, depending on what you like, and that's what the whole conversation hinges on, depending on what you like, depending on what you want to do, all of a sudden he becomes disrespectful, he becomes a pedo, all of a sudden he's making you uncomfortable, all that other stuff, right? If a man's at work, he compliments you, oh man, I like that dress. Oh man, I like that, I like whatever, you color your eyes, and all of that stuff, You're just being nice, right? All of a sudden, oh, well, now you're being weird, oh, now you're being a creep, and all of that. It's a whole bunch of foolishness that goes on. And the man is like, well, why do I keep on getting myself into this? Who wants to walk into that? Who wants to be a part of that? That's what you have to start thinking about. If I were a man, how would I perceive myself? The way that I look. You're not going to get it right all the time. You're not going to be perfect. It doesn't mean that you have to accept the advances of every man, right? Nobody's asking you to do that. Just asking you to treat people like a human being.
Romantic guys. We love romantic guys. Don't look at the boobs. Look at the eyes. The girl might have the best boobs in the world. Put the phone. Don't play with your phone. Don't even look at your phone during the day. Like, forget about this phone. Enjoy the present fully. Like, fully. Are you able to be in the present fully without thinking about the future, without thinking about the past? Just be. About the way you look, like your image, the clothing you are choosing, it's so important. I mean, I'm not saying you have to dress up like a James Bond, okay? But take care of your image, man.
When a man expresses how he feels, he's immediately wrong. Don't cry like that. Why are you acting all soft? It's almost like you're less of a man if you just express that you have a discontentment. Women have learned to partner with other women and have a tribe where we can express how we feel and what we're going through. And then not only can we express it, we actually get support. We're not wronged. Even spiritually, women get to be weak. It says in the Bible, we're the weaker vessel. And so men don't get to be weak, right? They're not allowed to be vulnerable because then they're looked at as less of a man, which makes them a bad person. I think that we do have it easier.
I think women are stronger than men in some ways.
But we have to be.
Yeah. I feel
not
like,
physically.
No, physically you can never outpower a guy.
Yeah.
But overall, I think a guy has to have a girl or has to have a woman in his life to complete himself.
Yeah.
Like mandatory, because a guy is not a guy without a woman.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. So I think she's, and same like chess game, the queen is the strongest girl on the block.
Yeah.
For a reason.
Yeah.
She can move anywhere she want to move, girl. She is strong. Yes. So I feel like the woman is strong in a lot of ways, but physically, the guy is stronger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because certain things that a woman could bear, pain, baby, the men could never. They could never take it. So I feel women are stronger in certain ways.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. So even though the Bible says she's weaker maybe in a different way. But and nowadays, girl, the women are running laps around these guys in Atlanta. Let's talk about that.
Oh, tell me more. Oh my God.
I think also what you see in today's society is how fearful a lot of these shows have made young ladies. A lot of things that they say in society, well, watch out for this, don't go over here, don't do that. And specifically, be afraid of men. Be afraid of men. And so a man is just walking around minding his business. He's not really doing anything. But because society has mentioned to a lot of these young ladies, hey, this is the way that men are. This is what you can expect from a man. There has been no time in history where a man has been nice to a woman. He's always used her for X, Y, and Z. So always be fearful. Always look out for yourself, which, I mean, honestly, you should be looking out for yourself anyway. So I understand it. But the way that people are making it seem is that all men are criminals. And a man is saying, I would never even do that. That has nothing to do with me. The vast majority of men, statistically speaking, are not doing any weird stuff. They're not involved in any criminal behavior. And I guess now, talking about it, weird is subjective, right? But they're not doing anything that's, really honestly and truly criminal, right? Literally. But this is what men are being treated like. And you're wondering why men don't approach. Is because whether subtly or outright, you're treating me like I'm a criminal.
How do I implement this? If I understand that men and women are different, how do I implement this in our relationship so that we thrive and we are enjoying each other and the passion is brought back?
Yes.
Can you please share some of those specific tools? So we have the listening.
We have the listening. We have men.
Wait, actually, sorry to interrupt, but I guess also, like, what's the purpose of this question? Is because people might be struggling. They might be feeling, oh, we're just not getting each other. We're just annoyed at each other all the time, and we're just, I'm just frustrated with him and I'm not enjoying our presence with each other. I feel like he doesn't like me. So the purpose then is, right, like to kind of, what is the purpose then? You answer that for me because I'm going to fumble it.
I think it's probably the saddest part of all is how many men genuinely believe that their value is only attached to what they can produce, whether it be money, cars, clothes, leadership, protection, results. The thing that I want to say is, men, beneath all that armor, you still deserve to be loved and you are still valued. Not just when you're winning, not just when you have that special job, not just when you're making all that money, not just when you can do something or provide something to the world. You deserve that even when you're unable to do those things. Because at the end of the day, your worth should never be and should have never been tied to only what you can do for other people and or only what you can provide. Your value is your value, whether you produce it or not. So this is to all my men. Despite what the world says, you are needed, you are loved, and you are essential.
What a lot of these modern women really like to do is they like to tell a man or suggest or hint that a man should do something for them, right? So, these modern women, even though they don't like you, or really honestly and truly, they're not into you like that, they really just into the whole pomp and circumstance, like the whole act of it all, right? A man is just an addition to what they got going on. Think of it as, I'm complete. It's just an enhancement. It's an add-on, right? Without the man, I don't need the add-on. I don't need the downloadable content. I can play the game completely and fully and be great at it. But I want this add-on. That's what a man is to these modern women. You're nothing more, nothing less. You're not important. I can do without you either way, right? So that's the way they treat a man. If I get a man, then I can get a ring and I can get all these nice things. So you might send out to him, oh, I got a Pinterest board full of stuff and I'm going to send it out to you. Here's the ring that I want. Here's the dress that I want. Here's a car that I want. Here's a life that I want. And then when a man does all of that, oh, you know, we're just vibing. Oh, I just sent that to you because, this is stuff that I like. And a man's going to assume, well, you sent that to me because you wanted me to do these things for you. Oh, no, I don't want to put a label on it. They don't want to put a label on it because they want to waste your money. They want to waste your time and your money, right? Like I said, go give me this. Go do this for me. I just want to see if he's going to do it. I just want to see if he's going to buy me this or go here, go there. They're playing around. Once again, if it's on sale, I'll get the DLC. If it's on sale, I'll get the add-on. I buy the add-on. I can play it or I don't. It don't matter. It really don't matter. That's how modern women treat men. I can be with them. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. It don't matter. Meanwhile, you're spending real time, real money, real energy on her.
Never knew you to mean so much, so much. You're the fear, I don't care. Please don't ever think so hard. Follow me through the dark. Let me take you past the satellites. You can see the world you brought to life, to life. So love me like you do, 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 touch me like you do, touch me like you do. What are you waiting for? Fading in.
So I invited this guy over to show me Lord of the Rings for the first time. He knows, right? Like, he must. I'm worried about it. He must know. He knows, right?
No, he does not. He does not know. For him, when somebody asked him to show you Lord of the Rings for the first time ever, that was a neuron activation. And it wasn't a neuron activation of, oh, this girl wants me to come over and watch movies with her. You get to watch Lord of the Rings for the first time. And he's the one that gets to show it to you. He gets to quote to you all of the little things about what he knows, about the extended universe, about the books, about everything. He gets to be the one to introduce that to you. Now, don't get me wrong. This will make him fall in love with you. This will work long term. But right now, that's not what he's thinking about. He's thinking about Lord of the Rings.
How can a woman help support a man who is stepping into his potential?
First of all, the feminine is the greatest, most profound initiation for a man to step into his potential, if he's willing to see it that way. Like, she is the reflection of God. What I mean by that is she is the greatest mirror standing right in front of this man that will reflect back to him in every and any area that he's not operating in his truth. Whether that's him not speaking his truth and not being able to set boundaries, or whether that's bringing to his awareness to how he could show up better and be better. But I would say the single greatest way that a woman can support her man in his healing journey is for her to be on her own healing journey. And in that, she will naturally provoke and create safety for this man. She'll provoke through her expression potential unresolved wounds of his, and she will have the safe presence as well to actually also hold a loving presence for those younger parts of him to come out too. Because here's the thing,
If this clip resonated with you, please check out the full episode on the Sacred Thomas podcast.
Too many men lose a good woman because they stupidly choose to feed their ego with other women's attention instead of valuing and appreciating the love and loyalty of their own woman who ignores every other man for them.
5 good things men do, but some women think they do it because they are desperate. Trust me, when you are too kind towards a woman, she thinks you are desperate. When you are supportive, most of them think you are desperate. When you are considerate, when you are faithful, when you show her that you love her too much, they think you are desperate.
What's your best relationship advice?
If you're a woman and you feel like you're going to expire, there's no wall. None of that's true. The dating pool might shrink. That's fine because you only need one person. Who cares if it's smaller? You don't need to rush into anything. Please don't. I definitely rushed. The toxic ideas of expiring as a woman at 30 kind of got to me. We got married like immediately. And then I had a baby. I wanted it so bad that I pushed past the warning sign. But like there's no finish line to life. I bought a house. I've had a kid. I have an amazing job. I was married. None of that stuff changed how I value myself, but I do know that rushing into things is a recipe for disaster.
Just because your ex is dating someone else or seeing someone else, it doesn't mean that they've moved on. So many people in my lives, commenting on my videos, people I work with, say, well, my ex moved on in a week, my ex moved on in a month, my ex moved on in 6 months. You don't know that for sure. You're just assuming that because there might be somebody else in the picture. The truth is, you don't actually know if your ex has moved on. You might assume something or think something, but you actually don't know for sure. Has there ever been a time that you've dated someone or gone on some dates with somebody or spent time with someone that you weren't like for sure about? The answer is probably yes, okay? But if your ex saw that, then they might think that you've actually moved on. Now, if they have been with this new person for over 6 months or a year or a few years, then yeah, maybe they've actually moved on. But just because they even are saying that they're moving on or that they're talking to someone else or that they're dating someone else, it doesn't mean that they have for sure moved on. I think that we tell ourselves that, but it doesn't mean that that's actually the case.
So there's a stat on Facebook, and basically it says men are not obsessed with women like they used to be. Y'all don't find that kind of weird? And to be honest, no, I don't find that kind of weird. So it seems to me like a lot of y'all are now starting to realize that you're either losing value or have lost value from chasing attention. And now that's something that y'all got to deal with, and y'all can't face that fact.
Ocho? Agree? Disagree? Slightly agree?
I mean, it varies. It depends. You know, I think men are a little bit more now focused on just themselves. You know, focus on work and getting to the bag, and allowing the woman to be the last choice of importance, as opposed to how it was before. You know, chasing the woman, chasing, applying pressure, doing all that. And most of the time, what you have to understand too, is women put up such a front with the chasing and applying pressure, as if there's something that's so different about them as opposed to anyone else that you could deal with.
He's tap dancing around the real freaking way to say thing. The reality of it is, in the manosphere, we simply say the juice ain't worth the squeeze. That's the reality of it, and that's why a lot of men are staying away from women, especially in the West.
The best kind of man is an untouchable one, and I'll explain what I mean by that. I don't mean untouchable simply because he's unavailable. I mean untouchable because it is known. If you are not his woman, you do not have access to him. No woman likes a man who is overly friendly with other women in their DMs, liking everything, entertaining conversations that he shouldn't be. That's not to say that he should be rude or mean to other women simply because they're women. Of course not. But a real man moves in a way that protects his relationship, whether you are present or not. And this might be a little bit of an unpopular opinion, maybe a hot take, but when a woman feels comfortable flirting with a man who is in a relationship and she knows he's in a relationship, my question becomes, well, why does she feel comfortable enough doing that? What energy is he giving off? That's not always true, but I have seen it to be true, because when a man is solid, it is known. He's in a relationship, don't waste your breath, there's no point, there is no access. And please hear me when I say you cannot love a man into having a conscience. If hurting you does not bother him now, it's not going to bother him later. And unfortunately, please remember, you cannot build a kingdom with someone who still craves attention from the village. The right man does not just choose you and respect you in private. He moves in every aspect of his life like he has chosen you, publicly, consistently, and without question.
And what modern women keep on asking for is something that over and over again we see. They're just not willing to give. They're not willing to give it. Right? We talk about chivalry, but really all chivalry is just a man being nice. That's really all it is. It's just me being nice, me being respectful. So take that mindset, and now you say, if he's giving me this type of respect, maybe he would want that type of respect back. But to a modern woman, it don't equate like that. To a modern woman, especially now, back in the day when you had women that would think about their husbands, who would cook, who would clean, they would say, thank you for doing so much for me. Your plate's on the table. And when it gets a little bit older, or gets a bit, technology gets a little better, plates in the oven, plates in the microwave. If you're not coming home from work for a long, long time, plates in the fridge. It's already wrapped. You can just unwrap it, put it in the microwave, and heat it up. Depends on what time you come home from work. If you come home, and some women, and I know modern women gonna lose their stuff when they hear it, some women would be asleep. When a man walk in the door, he didn't even have to wake him up. They would be up with that thing, and they would get his schedule down, and then they would be up and have his food ready to go. Weird concept. But they did it because, he shows respect to me. He shows love to me. He treats me right. Maybe I ought to do it for him. And so if a man is going to continue to be chivalrous, right, and then stay in your vicinity, then you got to start being respectful back. That's what you don't know. Well, where are all the chivalrous men at? They've moved away from you. They might still be over in this other part of the world, being chivalrous and generous to somebody that's appreciative. But you're not, so I don't ever go around you, so you never experience it